For a good portion of my life, and this may be you, I was not fully showing up, not speaking up, not fully showing up, not standing up for what I wanted, what I needed, how I felt, expressing myself. I played the quiet game because that's how I grew up, and it worked well to stay well below the radar, go along to get along. Does that sound familiar? So I'm going to talk about showing up, especially for women who are entrepreneurs, speakers, you're authors, you want to be a speaker, an entrepreneur, or an author, but you've got to show up and you've got to stand up, and you've got to speak up for what you want so that you can get what you want. I'm going to read to you the chapter in my book, Speak, and in the first chapter is called The Quiet Years. And it took me a little while to get to where I could write this book because I had to get around the speaking up and the speaking up that I hadn't been doing and come to a place of peace with it and knowing that it was okay to do that. Knowing that you can give your self-permission to show up fully as a person that you see yourself as inside, but maybe you're not representing outside because of a whole host of reasons like fear or conditioning. In my case, it was definitely a lot of conditioning and the way, I essentially wasn't encouraged to use my voice in any way. And, it was the nice thing to do, especially for a girl, was just to be quiet, be seen and not heard. And the trouble is that you have a lot of frustration inside because you don't feel that you have permission, but you can give yourself permission to show up, stand up, speak up. It's not just a mantra, but it really is a call to action, to step into your full power. Just remember that. Show up, first of all, be there, not at the back of the room, not go to the event, be there front and central. It's going to take you a while. I started out at the back room, inched my way forward, literally, to where I can be okay being at the front, being okay with myself. These are real things for many, many women in the home, in the workplace, in your relationships, in your family, and you're just going along to get along, being nice and everything is fine. Fine is never fine. It's always, I'm just going along to get along. It's okay. It's not really what I wanted, but it's okay. It's fine. I'm not saying you need to be combative or demonstrative about every decision that's ever made. What I'm saying is show up, speak up, stand up, and be who you really want to be. Get what it is you really want to get, and then find a place. Work on the inner you, to get to a place of peace where you can feel alignment with what it is that you really want, even if it's something completely different than you've ever done before, even if you are different than you've ever been known to other people than before, because we have many of us, many personas, and we're different people with different groups and different people, depending on who they are. So let's get into that. I'm going to read one chapter. The book is short. It's a short read on Amazon, and it's called Speak. The full title is A Guide to Unleash Every Woman's Voice by Telling Your Story. Discovering your purpose and building a life of impact in business and philanthropy. Chapter 1, The Quiet Years. In the echo of my quiet years, the subtlety of self-control guided my every move. I danced to the unspoken rhythm of conformity, following in the footsteps of those around me, never daring to deviate from the well-trodden path, standing out with a prospect too daunting, drawing attention, an unwelcome consequence. The quietude that enveloped me was not just about the absence of noise. It was a deliberate act of blending into the background, a conscious choice to avoid the spotlight. In the corridors of my childhood, where whispers were louder than shouts, I navigated the delicate balance of being present yet unseen. The unspoken social contract dedicated a certain decorum, a set of unwritten rules. I, like many others, adhered to the unwavering precision. The implied etiquette of maintaining composure and not making waves became second nature, a silent agreement that echoed in every hesitant step I took. Social anxiety was my constant companion, cast a looming shadow in crowded spaces. The fear of judgment and scrutiny echoed in my steps, a soundtrack of uncertainty playing in my mind. It wasn't merely shyness. It was a profound awareness of the unspoken judgments that could accompany a momentary lapse in the carefully crafted facade of self-control. I'll read more. That's a portion of chapter 1. Come back for the second part of that chapter. The book is Speak, a guide to unleash every woman's voice by telling your story. And it's short read. It's that thin, so you can get through that rather quickly. I want to encourage you to show up, speak up, show up, use your voice. And for today, I want you to think about reflecting on the barriers that are holding you back. Sit and spend some time with yourself and try and identify those things. Explore the impact of sharing your truth. And then create actionable steps to step into your voice and step into your power. Where are you holding back? Where are you not speaking? Where are you not showing up?